Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox. I would like to welcome you to the Sunday Book Review. The Sunday Book Review is the series where I discuss books which impact the compliance practitioner, the legal professional, and the business professional. I hope you will enjoy this episode. Today, we look at top business books from 2023. Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox again, back with another episode of the Sunday Book Review. Today, we're going to take a look at 4 top business books from 2023 as identified in the Financial Times. First up, The Case for Good Jobs, How Great Companies Bring Dignity, Pay, and Meaning to Everyone's Life. This book by an MIT professor and a preeminent voice on good jobs comes as a leadership guide for those choosing excellence and providing jobs that offer a living wage. Practical, prescriptive, and provocative, The Case for Good Jobs is essential reading for company leaders who want or need to choose excellence. Workers want good jobs, and many leaders want to provide them. That is a falsity that we need to try and overcome. Next up, How Big Things Get Done. The Surprising Factors That Determine the Fate of Every Project by Bent Flyvbjerg and Dan Gardner. Nothing is more inspiring than a big vision or a big job or a big something. But big projects often go wrong, and there's a lot of lessons you can learn from literally renovating your kitchen all the way up to a new skyscraper. This book provides vivid examples of building of the Sydney Opera House, to making a Pixar blockbusters, to a home renovation in Brooklyn gone awry. How you can get a project done on time and under budget. Next up, Blood in the Machine, the origins of the rebellion against big tech. If you're listening to this podcast, you probably know what a Luddite is. But the urgent story in modern tech fight began over 200 years ago in rural England. The Luddites organized guerrilla rage to smash machines and won the support of Lord Byron, enraged the Prince Regent, and inspired the birth of science fiction. Frankenstein comes out of the Luddites. Technology imperils millions of jobs. Robots are crowding factory floors. What about AI? Well, the answers lie in Blood in the Machine, as the author intertwines a lucid examination of our current age with the story of the Luddites. And our final book is Right Kind of Wrong, The Science of Failing Well by Amy Edmondson, well known to the compliance community for her work around psychological safety. Amy Edmondson is back with the winner of the Financial Times Business Book of the Year, a revolutionary guide that will transform your relationship with failure. We used to think of failure as the opposite of success. Now we're torn between fail fast and fail often. The trouble is, the approach lacks the crucial distinctions that separate good failure from bad failure. And that's what Amy Edmondson does and brings to us in this book. Through case studies, she provides a framework to think, discuss, and practice failure wisely. With real-life stories from business, pop culture, history, and more, she gives us specifically tailored practices, skills, strategies, and techniques which we can all use in our own businesses. I hope the compliance professionals listening to this podcast will read one or more of these great books. It would be a great way for you to get some business insight and help you in your own professional development. I'd like to tell you about 2 new podcasts on the Compliance Podcast Network. The first is Adventures in Compliance. Yes, I am doing the entire Sherlock Holmes oeuvre of every short story and novel on the Compliance Podcast Network. We've gone through the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, and we are now in the memoirs of Sherlock Holmes. For the month of December, on 1 Month to a More Effective Compliance Program, we're discussing data-driven compliance, which is a podcast where I look at the use of data in compliance programs. This is perhaps the most cutting-edge podcast I have going right now. And if you're interested in how data can be used, how to structure a data analytics program, what tools are available out there for you, and how compliance practitioners are using data, this is certainly the podcast for you. So check out 1 month to a more effective compliance program through data-driven compliance. The Sunday Book Review is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.